TechteamGB. Today we have a review of the Enermax ETS-T40-VD. Just checking the box. So what I've got here is, it's all laid out here. I've got an APU down there ready to be put in, and behind me, you can just about see the top, I think, is the fan. I'm going to give you a look at the fan first, then I'll show you sort of all the parts that are here, then I'll show you the system, then I'll install it, and then I'll give you my thoughts. Alright, so this is the fan here. This is the single fan that comes with the ETS-T40-VD. This is exclusive to the VD, as it is a Vegas Pro Duo, also made by Enermax. It has a little button here. This is a 4-pin, by the way. I'll just show you my system. It's 4-pin PWM fan header, which is pretty nice. So if I click this button, so this is a standard. This is like a standard fan. So I'm going to turn it on once, and I just press the button. It lights full blue. It's a bit darker blue than you can see in the camera here, but whatever. Red, full red, red and blue. No, it's quite bright. But that is red and blue. Cycling 2-fin blue. Cycling 2-fin red. Cycling 2-fin both red and blue. Flashing blue. Flashing red. Flashing both. Then 3-pin, which has the pretty cool feature of cycling through all the three, actually quite a few. I'll just let you watch this for my own amusement. Anyway, there you go. Alright, so obviously there's the fan, which has its own mounting brackets, which are here, which, if I show you, just literally drop in the holes and then stick on the cooler. If I can pick up the fan without making my pinky bleed even more, if you can see, where are they? Just there and there. There's little rubber mounts which you can install on a second fan, as this kit does come with a second set of clips. And in that little bag there is another set of 4 little rubber things. So basically it's the anti-vibration mount, so they don't the fan doesn't do that. Obviously we've got the heatsink. If I just stand on its base, as I showed you in the unboxing, there's the Enermax logo, 4 copper heat pipes with 6mm thick and some dent art. Some pretty nice actual looks from the top there, and also it's quite nice that the fan sits in the cooler as opposed to one, for example, the NZXT Havoc 140, where it sort of just straps on the end. Show you that. So yeah, we have the universal backplate. The backplate has a plastic wrap on the MD side and plastic sort of feet on the Intel side. Right now I have the AMD brackets out. If you want the Intel ones, they are here as well. I've got my little spanner so I can do this easy enough. The little retention bar which goes here and falls into the little holes. Like that. The mounting hardware for AMD and anything that isn't 2011. The 2011 pins are in this bag. You can see that, Intel 2011. I have the thermal paste. I have 4 bolts that go on top of the bolts that go through this and go through the motherboard. I have washers, and I have the 2 bolts that go on top of this. Alright, so what I've done is just moved you over a little bit, just so I can show you a better, or or a better lighted version. Lighted? Is that even a word? Alright, so, hi. So first thing you're going to need to do is remove the stock bracket and stock bracket and backplate from your existing motherboard if you haven't already. I'm just going to show you how to remove the AMD one just because it's on here and I thought it might be a good feature for you. So there's 4 screws on here. There's on the back, I've removed the back panel, and this case has a nice big cutout. So when I pull it out, I don't have to remove the motherboard. If your case does not have a cutout, you're going to have to remove the motherboard and then install the heatsink, which is a pain. Try not to drop any components. It's probably a bad idea. So I've removed the AMD heatsink from the back. I'll just show you the back quickly. So sorry for the mess here, but well, that's what you get when you throw a system together in like an hour. So this back plate would normally go here. Alright, let's move that out of the way. So you remove that, you get your other back plate. So this side's going to be AMD. And right now, all we can do is just make sure that this fits. So you can see that that fits well. So it's going to go there, and then you're going to get one of these. I'll show you up close. One of these bolts. You'll need a washer on one side, like that. You put this on with the plastic wrapped side facing down. You'll put this through, you'll thread it through so that in between the washer and the plate the motherboard is there. Alright, so I'm just going to do that. I'm going to turn the case around. I'm going to do that from the other side so I can show you, and then I'll turn it around just to give you another quick look. I've got the washer on the bolt. I put my arm around and I'm just going to find the hole, screw that in. Not too tight, just enough to keep it roughly there. I get another one and another washer and do the opposite corner. So we're going to do diagonal so we don't damage the board at all. Alright, we'll do it for the other two. I'm not going to show you this, I'll just do it for the other two and I'll come back in a sec. Alright, so I've put all 4 bolts in, as you should be able to see there. I've just tightened them literally so they're hand tight, that's fine. And then we're going to get the brackets, whichever bracket you prefer. When I say prefer, I don't mean, I feel like this one today. I mean, you know, which one you're going to use. So you drop these on, you get your 4 circular bolts, which are you get all 4 of these. Alright, and on each bolt down here, you just screw them tight. Again, I'm not going to show you all this is just screwing stuff in, so I'll be back in a sec. Alright, so I just screwed them in, and as you can see the bracket's in place. Now, on the heatsink, we have a piece of plastic. This is to keep the actual surface nice and clean. So I'm just going to remove this. Just peeling it off. And I'll now never put the heatsink on that point. I knew there was a reason I left the fan off. I do think occasionally ahead. Very occasionally. And that's because I'm going to show you how to install a fan onto the heatsink. So make sure the anti-vibration rubber mounts are on. You can see that one just on the top there. So I'm going to install the heatsink this way. So I'm going to install the fan this way. So the airflow, as you can see, will be going that way. It says on, it should say on the side, yeah, it says down there, air, and an arrow pointing that way. And obviously the air on the top, there's an arrow, it points that way, so it wants you to do it that way. The reason that I'm going to do it this way down here is because the cable's here, so this can just run, the cable can just run away. So you get your bracket, you get your heatsink, make sure your rubber mounts are on. You get your bracket, you hook through, and hook through, pull down, and make sure it's secure. So as you can see, it's now nice and tight. Do it for the other side as well. See, now the fan won't come off. Alright, so next is thermal paste. Now Enermax supplies you with a tube of thermal paste. For now I'm going to use theirs, although personally I have my own thermal paste. Alright, so as you can see, the heatsink is mounted. We have a screw on this side, and if I tilt you over a bit more, there's a screw on that side as well. So they have Phillips head holes on the top. So I'm just going to screw this on a bit more. Just till it's nice and tight. So this shouldn't really move. Just tighten a bit more on this side. And there you go, the heatsink's installed. Only thing left to do is put the fan back on. So, I'm gonna drop the fan on, like that. Put the heatsink clips in. Give it a yank. Other clip. And there you go. Alright, so as you can see here, this is my FX 8120 at 3.3 GHz, so it's just higher than stock. Now up on the left hand side there you can see the scale goes up to 70. This is prime 95 for over half an hour. This is pretty much the temperature didn't really exceed this, which is pretty nice. So the Enermax heatsink is on the left there. I didn't put the full name just because I couldn't be bothered, but you can see that goes just above 50. If you look up there, you probably won't be able to see it because it's really small, but the Enermax hit about 55. The Hyper 212, that's the Cooler Master Hyper 212 Plus, I think, or Evo or something like that, reached 59. This is on full load. I made sure that all the idle temperatures were the same so you could just see the difference. The Arctic Freezer 13 Pro reached 63, and the Havoc NZXT Havoc 140 reached 51. Now if you look at the bottom one, I overclocked the CPU just to test it a bit more. I put it to 4.2 GHz. Now you can see the scale goes up to 80, although it doesn't break, none of them break 70, which is always a good sign. So the Enermax reaches 60, 61 to be precise. The Hyper 212 reaches 64, the Arctic Freezer 13 Pro reaches 67, and the Havoc 140 reaches 56. The only reason the Havoc 140 reaches 56 is because it has a bit better airflow in the sense that it has two fans, although I did test them both with only one fan and there wasn't a great amount of difference, but I tested all these as stock with whatever they came with. So yeah, so a quick shot of the box. I'll drop you back in the tripod and then I'll give you my final thoughts. Alright, so the Enermax ETS-T40-VD, well, it's a very long name, it's a very good cooler. It's not the best on the market. Personally, my NZXT Havoc 140 reaches a bit better, but that may be because it comes with two fans and it's a 140mm cooler, whereas this is a 120mm cooler. I'm not sure. The lights on the fan are fantastic. I had fun sort of just playing with them and the little button, which is a nice touch. You know, being able to have lots of different modes. The cooler itself is very effective at what it does, obviously cooling. I've got my APU video playing. Oops. But yeah, it's a great heatsink. I'll give this 8 out of 10 and a TechteamGB silver. It's great value for money, so I'll also give it the value for money award. I give it that award a lot, don't I? But no, it's a great heatsink. It didn't reach. I've run it on the FX8120 and also the APU rig that's over there. And on the APU rig, I ran Prime 95 for 2 hours because I accidentally left it on, and it didn't break 55. That's not bad, considering that's 4 cores. I wasn't prepared to run Furmark and Prime 95 at the same time. That's just overkill. But no, it's a very good heatsink. So if you have any questions about the heatsink or any questions about the video in general, don't forget to put them in the comments below. Please, if you enjoyed the video, hit the like button. If you didn't, please don't hit the dislike button. Just sort of skim by or say in the comments what you'd like us to improve on. In general, if you want us to improve on anything, just put it in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe, which should be on that side. No, that's it, I think. Yeah, that's it. So, thank you for watching. Don't forget to comment, rate, subscribe, and we'll see you all next time.